So for this track, I started with a sample. It's like a swelling sort of synth sample. So this one right here. And using that sample, that flows throughout the whole song, so it's the common denominator is what gives it that flow. And since it's a type of sample that ebbs and flows, it really gives that momentum to the track. After that, I wanted to add something to the higher end, and so I put in these like really nice, delicate, they're kind of like chime samples, like sort of. So it's just 4 or 5 notes just in repeat, and it's just that constant like melody, and that as well gives it a pacing. So after I had that sample down and had those 2 ideas, I figured like there is no good track is without a nice beat. It's very simple, but it gives that pace that I was sort of looking for in the track. And since it's a track that's more R&B influenced than a lot of my other tracks, having that like double kick, at the start of like each bar really just gives it that pace, as opposed to my usual tracks where the kicks are generally all over the place and it plays around with the rhythms a lot. With this particular track, I wanted it to be very solid and very consistent the whole way through, because I wanted the vocals that I put in there to sort of shine, and the instrumental was more just to support it. After that, I started working on like the hook, the chorus bit. Here's what the drums sound like. It's a stark difference. So you have this drum pattern right here, and you have the hi-hats that are building in time, and this will get faster and faster. And here are the drums for the hook. And those were the elements playing together in that last bit. So once I had all my elements, it was just a matter of playing around with the arrangement and playing around with certain fills and stuff just to spice things up a little bit. Usually I do that in the form of like my hi-hats and like the little bass breaks I do at the end of bars and stuff. For example, I'll play the hook again. So as you just heard, I had the bits where the bass was sort of like doo-doo, like they take the I guess center stage in terms of like the soundscape in that particular moment of the bar, and that's what sort of refreshes it and keeps the listener engaged. I think it's extremely important, especially when you're working on a track like this that's very like consistent the whole way through. It's good to have these like little like changes, little flips. Yeah, and after that, just had to put the whole arrangement together. I did have some vocals recorded here as placeholders, but I don't think they're not finalized yet, so I'm just gonna leave them for now. So basically, that's it. Usually I'll start with a sample, or I'll start with like a MIDI synth or something like that, and I'll build melodies, and then I'll build the drums, and then I'll build the bass with the drums, and then I'll start working on the arrangement, and then color it up a bit, chop and screw some parts, and then you get a product that is like this.